December 4th was my mother's birthday. Ammi would have been 73 years old today. When people ask me why I'm so passionate about health and wellness, my answer is this. I lost my mother way too suddenly and way too soon. She was just shy of 60 when she passed. The last time I had seen her was 2 years prior. And this was way before the days of FaceTime and WhatsApp, so you can imagine how out of touch I felt. I firmly believe that we all have our fixed time on this earth, but I also believe that taking care of our health is our prerogative, and we can't take that lightly. Today, I want to pay homage to my mom and celebrate her by sharing some lessons I learned from her life as well as her death. Saying this is not easy for me, by the way. Even today, 13 years later, bringing myself to say the D word is hard, but I know that it's not final. We will reunite in the gardens of paradise, God willing. Ammi was the classic case of someone who put others' needs before her own. She was always there for everyone and didn't think to set any boundaries. She tolerated injustices and aggressions from others with a smile, and never let the behavior of her aggressor dictate her own. She had a wonderful way of turning those very people into her biggest fans. I learned to be forgiving and kind from my mother. Family politics, neighborly spats, Ammi was always the mediator, always patching relationships and bridging gaps, always opening up her home for family to gather. Her own siblings and those of my dad's truly loved her and looked up to her. I learned that family and building strong relationships is everything from my mother. My mother had undying faith in her Creator, and God rewarded her for it. If my father wanted any prayer answered, he would ask my mom, because in his words, she had direct dialing to Al-Lamia. God had been kind to Ammi, and she never forgot it. I owe the depth of my faith to my mother. Ammi treated everyone equally. It is no surprise then that hundreds showed up for her funeral in the wee hours of the morning. Paying homage in the front row were the family tailor, the driver, the cook, and so many more whom she had helped along the way. It is from Ammi that I learned that every human being deserves respect in a society where the employer often considers the employee his slave. My mother taught me a lot, and I wouldn't be the wife, the mother, the friend, and the entrepreneur I am today had it not been for her. But her passing also taught me this, to never ignore my own health. Heart disease is the number one killer of women, and anything out of the ordinary should never be taken lightly. Not the mini heart attack waved away as indigestion, and not the signals to slow down. She didn't show it, but we all have some amount of stress, and we really need to learn the tools to handle that stress. Ammi's passing taught me that I can care for others, but never at the cost of my own health. Setting boundaries is essential for one's health. Her death taught me that I need not tolerate the mistreatment of others, and distancing myself from people that emotionally drain me is best for my own mental and emotional health. Most of all, I wish I had more time with her so that I could share the knowledge and tools I now have to help her. My mother is one of my biggest heroes, and I pray that I end up being half the woman that she was.